Tyler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra-premium protein ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors & Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old-school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors & Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors & Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Welcome into peak performance with Huskers soccer forward Charlie Wistrom. Join Charlie as she tells you how she reaches peak performance both on and off the pitch. Here is the host of Peak Performance, Charlie Wistrom.
Hi, welcome to Peak Performance. I'm your host, Charlie Wistrom. This is 93.7 The Ticket. Today I am here with Eric Ingwerson. On Peak Performance, we dive into what separates great athletes from everyone else. Eric is a redshirt sophomore tight end here at Nebraska. Kind of to start us off, will you kind of tell me where you're from, how you grew up, and how you started playing football?
I am from Papillion, Nebraska, born and raised. I got into football with my uncles. Actually got me into football. Timmy and Mikey, they both played here, so they had a huge influence on the whole football aspect, because my dad, when he was in high school, he broke his elbow playing football, so he became a basketball player. So I kind of give him crap about it because he's too soft to continue after an injury. But yeah, when I was growing up, I was told to be a basketball player just because of my height and everything. So definitely Timmy and Mikey in my ear telling me to play football.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you really well. Obviously, you played basketball and baseball growing up, and then you didn't get into football until when?
3rd grade.
Really?
Yeah.
That early? I thought it
Yeah.
didn't really start until middle school.
No, I played Spirit League. So yeah,
What's
I've
Spirit
been
League?
playing since 3rd grade. It's just like little kid football.
Oh, okay. Like the Y. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I
But
didn't
I've
know
been
what it
playing
was.
basketball my whole life. Like I said, I've been
Yeah.
told to play basketball because I'm like 2 feet taller than any kid my grade.
Yeah.
So
Did your brother playing basketball have a lot of influence on that too? Like it was just because your sister did too.
yeah, Kyle didn't like playing football.
Yeah.
That was funny. He was a really good quarterback. He could have gone. I think he was talking to like K-State, a lot of these big D1 colleges.
Chose
But
basketball.
his heart was in
instead.
basketball.
Yeah.
So
And then your sister went to Rockhurst for
she
it
went
too.
to Rockhurst. Yeah, she played basketball. Ended up hurting her ankle and having to just continue on her academic career.
Yeah.
But yeah, both played basketball. They were a pretty big influence just because as the youngest child, I was looking up to him. I was like, oh, what's Kyle doing? What is he doing? They're outside shooting hoops, shooting 1,000 free throws a day. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'll do it too.
Yeah.
So then I just joined in, and that kind of, I don't know, started the whole basketball thing. But my heart was always with football. Like,
Yeah.
I love that physical contact, being able to hit somebody, not get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose football
Yeah.
for college.
So you started with Spirit League 3rd grade, right? And then you
Mhm.
go to middle school. Did your middle school have football or
Yeah.
6th, 7th, and 8th grade, or just 7th and
So it
8th?
was 7th and 8th.
Gotcha.
So I did that little league, and then I don't even know what it's called, but it's just, I don't know what you call it, but it's just like little league football, and then
It transitioned.
yeah, just
Gotcha. You
older
waited.
kid football. I don't know what it's
Oh, I get
what
what
it's
you're saying.
called, but yeah, up until 6th grade, and then middle school had it. And when I started playing in middle school, kids were still playing for like the other league
Yeah.
in middle school, but also playing for our middle school. So they were on 2 teams at once, which I thought was kind of cool. But
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
at least stuck with
So
it.
then you started playing in high school, right? At what point throughout your high school career did you start to think that college was going to be an option for you? Or was it always was it kind of a slow navigation process where you were like kind of
So what started off was I was really, really skinny. And that's why people always wanted me to play basketball, is because I was so skinny.
Mhm.
And my parents didn't know anything about like the weight room, like nutrition, like your parents do. So what started off the whole football thing was Tim Williams getting me into the weight room. He was the head football coach at Papillion La Vista. And he was talking to me about just lifting weights and eating right. And like he was the first person to tell me about drinking protein shakes, because I would always lift. And I was telling you about this the other day. I would lift at 7 a.m. and then I wouldn't have I would have nothing, no protein shake, no food, nothing. I would go to lunch. I would eat a cheese pizza, a bag of Doritos, and then I'd go straight out to football practice,
Mhm.
and I'd have a 2.5 hour, 3 hour practice,
Mhm.
and then I would go home and eat a huge dinner.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was starving, and I told him about that, and his eyes got so wide, and he kind of talked to me about it and told me like, you got to drink protein shake, you got to bring food to school. So I started doing that my sophomore year, and I fell in love with the weight room when I
Mhm.
saw like results,
Mhm.
like when I actually saw muscle on my arms, and I started weighing myself, and I fell in love with that.
Yeah.
And then I started to get bigger, and football got easier when
Mhm.
I was stronger than the other kids, and I'm already a bigger kid for my grade. So I would say the weight room helped a lot.
Yeah, for sure. At what point, though, during your high school career did you start to think that, like, college being the next step? Was that always something you wanted
It
to do?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always in the back of my mind because growing up as a Husker fan, like I've always wanted to play for Nebraska. I
Yeah.
mean, my uncles played here, so it's like they were in my ear, and that's what influenced me to play football, like I said. So, I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to play here.
Yeah.
So that's always been in the back of my mind. That was my motivator in high school, is to get to Nebraska.
Yeah, for sure. What point during high school did you realize that that was possible?
I would say after my junior season, after I didn't play my freshman and sophomore year on varsity,
Mhm.
just because, like I said, I was so skinny.
Mhm.
And after my junior year, it all clicked. Like the weight room, the hard work that I was putting in with Yano, like it all started to finally pay off. And I feel like a lot of people needed blocking tight ends,
Mhm.
and that's what I was really good at. And after my junior year, I had a couple colleges contact me,
Mhm.
and that's when I knew that I could take it to that next level.
Yeah, for sure. So, it's interesting because I know you've told me this, but you play tight end now, but you were a all-state defensive end?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you played both sides in
So,
high school?
yeah, I just thought there was more potential because there's, like I said, not a lot of blocking tight ends. So,
But do a lot of teams use blocking tight ends?
yes.
Really?
Yeah.
In the NFL too?
Yeah, everyone needs a blocking tight end. Everybody. So, I mean, that was I had to really think about like DN or tight end because, I mean, like you said, I was pretty good at DN, so I didn't know like which I wanted to do because I
I
don't know.
didn't
I was
say that you were
fortunate.
good at it. I
Yeah,
just
all
said
right.
you said-
I was fortunate to look at her so loud. I was fortunate enough to be good at both things, like blocking
Mhm.
and playing defensive end, but I chose to go with blocking just because I mean I was looking into it, and there's really not a lot of blocking tight ends in the NFL or
Mhm.
college.
Yeah.
So when I'm here and I'm working out, like I really try to hone in on that blocking aspect and try to get as good as I can at that, so then I can go to the NFL one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Okay, the reason I asked that earlier that I didn't know if a lot of teams use it is because I've heard that not everybody uses formations that requires 2 tight ends. And I know, like, even we don't every snap, obviously, but, like,
We always
some
have a tight end.
1 tight end, but not
Mhm.
always a blocking tight end. Or
Right.
okay, this
No.
might be silly, but well, yeah, don't laugh at me. I don't know
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Okay, I know I act like it, but so even if you have 1 tight end, they can block?
They can still block, yes.
Okay, they're not
Or
always
they can run a route.
they can do both?
They can do both.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Rude.
I'm sorry.
So, with you originally being committed to Pitt, right? What was the thought process behind that? And then what was the decision to flip?
Okay, so the Pitt decision was I always told myself like first person to believe in me. Like especially like the recruiting because I know I said like I always wanted to go to Nebraska and all that. But like they weren't talking to me at the time.
Mhm.
And I always told myself the first to believe in me is where I'm going.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh was the first Power 5 school to give me an offer. So I talked about it with my dad. I was like, yeah, I mean, next time we're down here, I'm committing because I can't lie to myself, right? So um, I committed there, and I love the coaches, Coach Salem, Pat Narduzzi. Like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity they gave me. But I always kind of knew in the back of my mind if Nebraska ever came knocking that I would have flipped. Yeah.
So they did.
What's that?
So they did. They
They
came
did.
knocking.
They did. Yeah. So I got a phone call from Coach Rule, and he was on FaceTime. And I remember this. I was in my kitchen, and I was talking to my mom about like the whole Pittsburgh and Nebraska thing. Because after I committed to Pittsburgh, Nebraska started contacting me, and they were texting me like the recruiting coaches. They were all texting me, and I was talking with my mom, and I was just like talking to her about flipping and like the whole Nebraska thing, and she was hating the idea of being 14 hours away. So I was talking to her about it, and I get this phone, and it's buzzing. Pocket's buzzing, right? And I look at it, and it's Coach Rule like FaceTiming me. And I'm like, oh, shit. And he gets on the phone with me, and I answer the call, and that's when they offered me. And
Gotcha.
I was right there with my mom, and it was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
And I knew right then that I was going to be a Nebraska Cornhusker. I mean, with the great fans, uncles in the ear. I mean, I had to.
Yeah.
And it was my dream growing up.
Yeah.
So there's no way I could say no to that opportunity.
Yeah, makes sense. I always think it's super interesting to ask people, like definitely having different sports in here, but even within the same sport, it can look so different from one athlete to another. What did the recruitment process look like for you? Because I know for me personally, and I say this every time, like I was writing emails and putting together highlight tapes, and we had to go to these what are they called?
Camps?
Not camp. I mean, you go to camps too. You go to ID camps, but showcases. You would have these big showcases where you're playing in front of coaches, and coaches can come watch you. As a football player, especially in Nebraska, what did the recruitment process look like for you?
So there's this camp called Lindenwood, and it's like all these it's like a showcase. All the big colleges will come and watch.
I feel like I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm. And you'll do a 40. You'll do like all the testing for measurables.
Is it in Missouri, St. Louis?
I think.
Because it's Lindenwood. There's a college there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Is there like a line or something?
I've heard
Gold
of that.
and black.
Yep, that's Lindenwood.
One of my friends, Owen Thomas, that I worked out with, Yano, he went there.
Yeah. Nope. That's in St. Louis, Missouri. I believe so. Are you checking, Harrison?
You are correct.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thought so.
There you go. But yeah, you go to those camps and everything, and coaches will come up and talk to you, and then that gets the recruitment going. But it's kind of unique. My recruitment was unique because I had Yano, and he worked at Iowa Western. He was a coach there, and it was a JUCO, and those JUCO coaches then worked their way up to like the Nebraskas and all the Power 5 schools by the time I started working out with him.
Mm-hmm.
So when I would work out with him, he would film me. And he would be like, I got this 6'7".
Yano?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be like, I got this 6'7" monster in the lab. Come on at your boy. And I didn't even know he was doing all this. And then I think it was Iowa State was the first to like call me. And they were like, Yano sending me videos about you. We got to have you up to a game. And I went up to a game. And Yano was a huge part.
Who was Yano? Because you keep talking about him. And I think it's interesting for people to understand the dynamic.
Yeah. So Luke Lindemeyer plays here, worked out with him, and Luke's good friends with my brother Kyle, and my dad and Vince, Luke's dad, are really good friends, and Luke's dad knows that I'm really big into football.
Mm-hmm.
So he contacted my dad and was like, hey, I got Luke working out with Yano right now. You got to send Eric down here. This is really good stuff. Yano was a really good trainer. So he had me down there, and I had my first workout with him. And from that day on, it was like he was my mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Like Yano was my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm training with him. Like he's gonna take me under his wing, help me with recruiting, like I just said. So that all happened, and then just over the years, just getting really, really close with Yano, working out morning and night, just trying to develop as a tight end, defensive end. He helped me a lot with being so tall, like figuring out my frame. Because like I was so awkward playing sports because I was so tall, like I didn't like know how to use my body.
Yeah.
Just because I was growing so fast. And I never really had anyone take their time to develop me. And Yano was definitely there for me in that aspect of development.
Yeah, for sure. So what was Yano like a part of? What, like, did he work?
Was it his own thing. He was his own thing.
Gotcha.
Like, he didn't work for anybody. He was his own boss, and he worked at.
Was it
I think
just
at the
strength
time,
and conditioning and recruitment? Like it was like this whole plethora for you
he
guys?
just took guys under his wing. He didn't have a brand. Like, he didn't have anything. Like, he would just work out. Like, he would take kids from high schools and just work out with them. And it was like this low key thing, and it was just a blessing.
Yeah.
I found it because it was like a diamond in the rough. Like, the best trainer in Omaha, Nebraska, or anywhere close to it.
Yeah.
And I was blessed enough to have met him and worked out with him. And it helped me a lot.
Yeah, for sure. What do you feel like is something super small that, I mean, it could be small or big, but you feel like you do or you have under your belt that you think separates you from the next guy?
I would definitely say my size.
Yeah.
And that's just God given, like being 6'7", 270. Like, it's hard to compete. Like, if I have my hands on you and I have you fully locked out, like, it's hard to compete with that because there's not a lot of guys that are my size playing football. You know what I mean? So I would say that's one thing that kind of sets me apart.
Yeah.
So definitely the blocking aspect of football sets me apart.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And I feel like that's what got me here is them. Because Coach Rule came to one of the prep games and he watched me and was just really like talked about me blocking the whole time. I was on the phone with him after the game and he was just talking to me about how well I was blocking.
Yeah.
So I would say that's what puts me apart in that recruitment process too. But also here, like at college, like it helps me. Like getting on the field this year, like I've had conversations with Coach Ingwerson and Coach Sat, and they're very pleased with my blocking. And I would say that's what sets me apart, and that's what's going to get me playing time here this year.
Yeah. So back to the recruitment process then, you feel very strongly that Yano being in your corner, taking videos, sending it to people is what got you out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
I have a funny story about that. So I committed to Pittsburgh, and this is why Nebraska kept talking to me. I forgot to say this, but he would take videos of me while I was working out, and it was like behind my back, and I had no clue. And like I was working out with Danny Keelan, Isaiah McMorris, Davon Hall, all these kids from LVUS that were committed to Nebraska, and he knew that I wanted to go to Nebraska, but I was just being stubborn with the whole first belief thing. So he was taking videos behind my back and sending them to like the recruiters, and it was like, this kid wants to go to Nebraska. Don't stop recruiting him. You'll get him. And I mean, I was praying about it and praying about it. I mean, if he wasn't here, I'd be at Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah. And
it is such a blessing to be here. Like, I love this place. I love the fan. I love everything about it. Grew up dreaming about playing here. Like, Yano was the biggest blessing.
Yeah.
And took videos of me, sent it to them, and they ended up offering me. And then after even offering me, I told them, no, whatever. And then he kept sending them videos. And they kept contacting me, and I ended up flipping, and he was right. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah. So you feel that your recruitment process looked very
unique?
Not, I guess,
different.
And for a football player, I do feel like your story is a little different just because I feel like,
because people have to go to camps to get exposed, and I kind of got exposure with Yano.
Yeah.
Just because he was connected with
That's
everybody.
fair. I feel like a lot of football players get exposure through
Twitter,
Huddle, Twitter, those kind of things.
I didn't even have to make a senior highlight for Huddle.
Well, you were committed at that point, weren't you? So that makes sense, I guess.
But
Jesus. Well, it makes sense to me. Like that. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't make one anyway. I didn't make one. I guess I was here, but that wouldn't have made sense. Whatever.
Harrison's even looking at you funny.
I'm just enjoying the show over here.
Yeah. Do you feel there's any habits that you've developed over this time that separate you from anyone else? Not just things that were given to you, but habits that you've created?
I take 15 minutes after practice every day to work on my blocking, whether that be the sled. We have like this one padded sled, and I take it up and down the field one time, and that's usually 15 minutes, and that's usually what I do. But I mean, you're at training table one day and saw it. I'm just outside hitting the pads, 15 minutes working on my blocking.
Yeah.
Just trying to make that look perfect. My second step going through the block, and Coach Chat's going to love that. But not being a waste bender and doing all these things to try to perfect my craft. And I feel like doing those things over the years has helped develop me, especially SAC coaching.
Yeah.
He's been really good and helped with my development a lot.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that separates me is just taking 15 minutes. And Luke Lindemeyer will do this with me sometimes and just take 15 minutes. And it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Truly, that 15 minutes after practice helps a lot.
Absolutely.
So,
small margins.
Yeah.
Big gains. All right. With that, I'll be.
I like that. I like that.
With that being
How
said,
about that,
we're going to
Harrison?
throw you to our first break. Please don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Ticket. This is Peak Performance.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Grant Wistrom. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Back to peak performance with Huskers soccer forward Charlie Wistrom on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, welcome back to Peak Performance. I'm your host, Charlie Wistrom. This is 93.7 The Ticket. I am here with Eric Ingwerson, a redshirt sophomore tight end here at Nebraska. I always think this question is super interesting. How much of a motivating factor were your parents getting started in sports? Because obviously I know your parents super well. I think it's really interesting to talk about how they impacted you starting and your progression through sports to where you are now.
They helped me a lot. My dad especially. He would help me out, just kind of driving me to Llanos, driving me to those recruiting trips. I think he missed one. He was sick. Couldn't drive me to NDSU. My mom had to drive me 6 hours. My mom's not a good driver, so that was a little scary. But yeah, no, they played a really big part in my motivation, especially just on days I didn't want to go. They were like, no, you're going to do this. Like, just help me work hard to achieve what I wanted to get.
Yeah.
And I feel like they played a huge, huge role in what I have achieved today.
Yeah.
So
were they ever, because I know for me personally, like growing up, my parents, it was, you're going to do something with your free time. It didn't matter what it was. Like, if you want to play sports, that's cool. But like my brother who doesn't want to play sports, there was always something, we're going to take photography classes, art classes. There's going to be something. And so were your parents kind of like that? Because I know I talked to them even the other day, and your mom and dad really were heavily encouraging activity, especially during high school.
Yeah. So when I was younger, like I said, I didn't want to play basketball, and I knew that. So they would have that select summer stuff for my brother and sister, and they'd play AAU basketball. And my mom, like you said, didn't want me to just sit at home and do nothing. But she was a teacher too. So we had this pool called, I think it was Oakview or something like that. And it was in my neighborhood. And me and my two cousins, Jason and Thomas Savis, we did swimming. And that was really fun. I was a great swimmer.
Yeah,
I would swim with my fists closed.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Punch the water.
Yeah. And I would try to make the biggest splashes. And I thought I was winning. No, I wasn't last. Yeah, it was not good, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
But I was always doing something.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like having that mindset as an adult or as a parent, like that because I know for my parents, at least, like my dad, it doesn't matter what you're going to do, you're going to try to be the best at it. Do you feel that these are very pointed questions, but I just know your dad very well. And his mindset on things, and I feel that he feels that way.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wanted to quit basketball every year, and he was like, "No, you're going to be playing basketball. You're going to be doing this." And he was all like, "It's okay if you're not good.
Yeah.
I just want you to try hard."
Yeah.
And that's kind of like your dad's. Like, he just wanted me to try as hard as I can.
Yeah.
And there was a couple times I'd get pulled on the bench because I wasn't trying hard.
Pulled
And
on the bench by your dad, right?
yeah, my dad was. Yeah, he's a really good coach, by the way. So if he was listening, wants a coach. Reach out to Mike Ingwerson. But no, yeah, he was my coach. He would pull me onto the bench. He would let me hear it if I wasn't trying. So that was fun.
Fortunate.
Yeah.
How much do you feel like, kind of a change in direction, but how much do you feel the habits like sleep, nutrition, those small things that make every day, how important do you feel those are to you in your performance?
I didn't realize until I met Melissa Wistrom how important that stuff was. Like, my nutritionist would talk about it and like tell me how much I needed to eat and stuff like that to try to gain weight and put on muscle and what, you know what I mean? But to really get into like the ingredients of the food and stuff like that, I felt a lot better when I stopped eating like the Doritos and like the Red 40 and all the chemicals and the additives and all the stuff that you kind of talk about with me. And I remember I first met you and I was eating Qdoba every night and it was just straight fat because I would put so much cheese on that bowl.
Cheese guac, sour cream.
So good. Might get some after this, but just changing the diet and eating. Now I'm eating sweet potatoes, ground beef, cottage cheese, and 2 eggs in my bowls. And at first, I didn't really tell a difference like within the first week of doing that. But after the first month, my performance on the field, in the weight room, crazy. Like, I was stuck at 250. I couldn't add any weight. I was just like, man, what's going on? And you started like weighing my food and doing all these things for me. And now I'm 270. And I think that's because of you and your family and you guys telling me how much I need to eat. And I would eat these small meals and then wait like 4 hours. And you're like, no, you need to eat every 2 hours. Like, just helping me put on weight. I think your family has helped me a lot with the nutrition.
Yeah.
Sleep, I would say a really big factor. Just trying to get 9 hours. I remember you telling me to go to bed at 9 p.m. Didn't like that at first, but it's helped me out a lot, especially with muscle recovery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So big thank you to the Wistroms for teaching me that stuff.
So the reason I'm asking, I think it's so interesting to hear about people feeling the difference when they are intentional about the amount of carbs they're eating before performance and then the amount of protein they're eating post performance and, their recovery and preparation. I think people don't realize it until they're actually doing it themselves. And I think too, not just that, but I know you and I have talked a lot about quality of food. You weren't getting sick as much. You were
I'd
getting
get strep throat every
other
2
week.
months.
Yeah.
And I
Seriously.
couldn't, and that's probably why I was stuck
I
at 250
agree.
because I'd get sick and I wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Or however long it would be, like 4 days of me just not eating anything but chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
And I'd lose 10 pounds.
Mhm.
And then I'd get back up to like 250. Then I'd drop down to 240. And it was just this constant sickness of strep throat. And it was just like, man, I can't beat this.
Yeah.
And then I started eating healthy and I haven't had strep throat. I haven't been sick.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I think that's a really big part into my journey with nutrition and sleep and staying healthy.
Yeah,
It's been a really big part.
absolutely. What a blessing, though, that we have Training Table. It's been
Oh,
so
man.
sad that we haven't had it this summer.
And I used to not even utilize it. I'd be
Mhm.
like, man,
I
this
don't
food's
feel like a lot of people
terrible.
don't utilize it.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
And I would skip that dinner.
Go get
Hopefully Miss
Qdoba.
Christian is not watching, but I skipped dinner. That's my nutritionist. And I'll go grab Qdoba.
Mhm.
And that's all I would eat. Or
Yeah.
pepper jacks. I'll grab a bowl. And that would be my, but now I eat whatever's at that dinner because I'm so grateful for the food now. And I'm realizing like how
So
good
good.
it is and it's good for you.
Yeah.
And now I'm eating that dog bowl, the
Mhm.
sweet potato, ground beef, and cottage cheese.
Yeah.
I'm eating that now after. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's been a big part.
It's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
Not every school has that. I didn't realize that. I
No.
didn't realize when other
When
people will
I-
transfer and they'll talk about it and they'll be like, yeah, we got 2 swipes a week. I'm like, what's a
Mhm.
swipe?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Nuts.
And we see for free.
Yeah.
I mean, I came here when they didn't have the new training table.
Yeah.
and like the 5-star chefs and all of that we have.
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal.
And it was even
I got
good
a
then,
plate.
though. It was still good then.
No.
The one where it was in
I
Memorial?
went one or two times, and it was not as good as we got it right now.
It's definitely not even close as to what we have now, but it was still phenomenal compared to other programs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when I went on those visits, they would kind of cater.
I do
in
think
on
it was
some-
probably a little different.
Yeah, they would cater in foods and stuff like that.
They
but-
catered in?
Yeah, they would get
Oh.
like
I ate at
know
Training
here
Table on my
Got
visit.
watering hole and stuff like that. Those
Oh.
wings, places would just cater pizza. Or
That's
stuff
interesting.
Like
I ate at
Yeah.
Training Table on my visit. Sat with all the girls.
But I mean, there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
On our visits, like when I went to Iowa State and stuff like that. like,
Yeah.
they would cater in, and I don't think it was a Training Table food, but
Kind of a side quest here.
Oh.
When I when I came in on my
You're go-
visit, my mom and I would sit there and we would try to figure out, because it's so interesting because every group kind of eats together, like football eats together, wrestling eats together, soccer ate together, and no one really mingled. So it was so interesting. We would look around and look at the physiques of everybody, because athletes, like, you train for what you do, your body's going to change and compensate to what you're doing. We'd be like, think you're the gymnast.
Did you point at me and say basketball player?
You weren't here when I went on my visit. Yeah, you weren't here yet. Oh, no, I didn't look at you and think basketball player. But
It's a job, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. My mom and I would sit there, we were looking around and we were like, who in the world, what is that? I think they ended up being pole vaulters. We could not figure it out for the life of us. We had to ask
Did
them.
you have a pole vaulter on here?
Yeah, I had two. I had Aspen and Dyson. I had both of them. Yeah. That was super
Tyson's
interesting.
really good. Didn't he set a record or something?
I think he's Big Ten champion twice now. Harrison, is that right?
I'd have to double check if it's twice.
I think this is the second year. I think they're now on NCAA.
Yeah, I went to one of his meets, and
Did
I
you
tried
watch
to put.
him?
I did, and I tried to put myself in his shoes. I could not do that.
That pole would snap.
All right.
I think I'd like pole vaulting.
Yeah.
I think I would. I think I'd be good at it. I almost did it in high school. When all right.
He won the indoor and outdoor. That's what it
Okay.
was.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
There you go,
win
Dyson.
it? Did he win it his freshman year too?
Let me just actually go to his Husker page. That'd be more helpful for it.
I think he did.
When he did, he was the highest performing freshman, but
Gotcha. Never mind.
did not win.
Gotcha. Yeah, no. He's really good at what he does. Pole vaulting's interesting. When you feel you're performing at your best, what do you feel like's going through your head?
When I'm performing best, so I'm gonna go back to high school because I haven't really played in college yet.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that Utah game towards the end in the Las Vegas, well, I was so pumped up, dude. But that was just like, I felt like I performed all right. I was just a little nervous just playing for the first time. But in high school, like when I was playing good, I wouldn't think about anything but just that snap. You know what I mean? I would just take it one snap at a time, and I'd enter this flow state.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to explain it.
Flow
I'm
state's
sure you
great
know.
description.
I'm sure you know.
I don't know.
Like you just get into this mindset, and it's like, I'm gonna dominate you.
I don't know. It's so different, I think, for soccer because you're having to think about what you're doing, what everyone else on the field is doing. If you're in the right spot, maybe that's just a me thing, and maybe that's an issue. But like, I
don't know. It could depend on the sport too.
Yeah.
But like, if you have the ball, I remember when you scored that goal that one time, you were probably in flow state. Like, just
what goal did I score, Eric? I haven't scored since I've been here.
you scored that one goal because I remember them posting it on Instagram, and I was like, that's my girlfriend. How about that? That was you.
I haven't scored.
And one of the, I don't think it was a game. I think it was a scrimmage. I remember you scoring. Don't lie.
Eric,
Come on.
we haven't scrimmaged. What are you talking about?
Like your first year here.
My first spring here?
Yeah.
I guess I did score one goal, but they didn't post anything about
They
it.
did post it.
You're thinking of Ella's goal, but I was a part of it. Yep.
You scored.
I know exactly what you're thinking of. I didn't score. I appreciate it, though. I really appreciate it.
Oh, boy.
Not flow state, for me at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I do feel like for you, though, that makes sense. Being a football player is one snap at a time. Yeah. When you have a bad game or a bad practice, how do you recover afterwards? What do you do to mentally shift to a good place?
I'll talk about practice. Just because, like I said, I haven't played here yet. But when I have a bad practice, I'll watch the film over and 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 over. And then I'll go out to the field, and then I'll try to replicate what I did wrong. And then I'll try to fix that.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, okay, so this is what I did. And I'll bring one of the tight ends out there with me. Be like, oh, okay, so this is what I did. And then I would fix it. And Luke Lindemeyer, he's my mentor, I would say. I love that. But he would just help me a lot with watching film and then going out after practice or the next day after practice and working on that for that 15-minute time window that I'm talking about earlier. But just helping me with that. So when I have a bad practice or a bad game, I'll just try to work on the mistakes that I made and make sure that I don't make them again.
Yeah. No, makes complete sense. With that, we're going to throw you to our second break. Please don't go anywhere. This is Peak Performance with Charlie Wistrom, 93.7 The Ticket.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day, because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Hey,
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for their 14th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an exclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, they're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
We have 2 boys, so we needed more space. We lived in a townhouse, so we decided to build.
Casey Bowman and her husband Joe built their first home with us. This is Bob Benish of Aspen Builders. Working with the Bowmans was fantastic.
After the first meeting, we really liked them as people.
I was really skeptical about the whole building process, more so than Joe was. But they explained everything before it happened. If there were problems or issues along the way, they called and explained everything. They just really helped ease my mind.
They were really good about giving us options as far as what fit in the budget, what didn't fit in the budget. They have a designer, Rachel.
She was amazing. She was very helpful in making sure that our house turned out good. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the lot. I wouldn't change colors. I love everything about it. Everything. It's perfect for us.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket. Back to peak performance with Huskers soccer forward Charlie Wistrom on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, welcome back to Peak Performance. I'm your host, Charlie Wistrom. I'm here with Eric Ingwerson, a tight end here at Nebraska. Eric, for you, what's one of the hardest parts about being a college athlete?
If I'm going to be honest, the thing that I struggled with most is the schedule.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I was golfing with Riley Van Poppel. My first couple months here, he took me out, went golfing. And it was like one of the last days before fall camp. And I wanted to do something. And he was like, we're going to continue golfing. Because I think I wanted to go to the facility or do something football related. And he was like, this is my last day of enjoying life. So we're going to continue to golf. And I was like, I had no clue what he was talking about. And I was like, okay. And the summer's like your schedule. You have one workout. And it's like, all right, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of felt like high school. So I thought, I was like, oh, okay. And then fall camp rolls around and you're waking up at 6 a.m. You have meetings all the way until like 12. And then you have practice, more meetings, a walkthrough, more meetings, bed. Same thing every day for about a month until you play. So I would say the hardest thing for me was that transition of sacrificing all of that time.
Yeah.
But I would say the first couple of weeks, especially just being a freshman, like that first fall camp,
It's
and
so
you're not as
demanding.
good. Yeah. So it's like, all right,
Yeah.
this sucks. And then I got used to it. And now I'm looking forward to fall camp.
Yeah.
Like I'm genuinely looking forward to
Yeah.
being in full pads every day for
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
And spending all those times in the meeting and just spending time with the team. Like I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to that now. But that was a very big struggle for me in the beginning, is not realizing how much time I'm gonna have to spend. So
Yeah. It's kind of interesting too, because like my mom, even still, like I feel like my first spring here, after my first spring, it was like, all right, let's go. We have that month of May off, right? And then we have the month of January off. Or December off. And then we start back up first couple weeks of January.
you
It's
guys, you guys have a hard schedule.
It's not the same as yours where it's
But it's-
meetings and walkthroughs, but
Yeah,
it is.
I guess we have spring ball too.
Yeah.
But you guys are actually playing people in spring.
Yeah. It's just a lot year round, but I would say day to day, it's not quite the same as yours, but
No.
it is
Do you
physically
guys-
demanding.
Do you guys meet a lot? Like how long are your meetings?
We have I would say every day at least we have a 30-minute long meeting. Sometimes it'll be stretched to an hour before practices. And then we meet individually with our coaches. They're phenomenal about it. Not every coach
Is it all of you guys in one meeting, or is it just
in
individual?
the mornings it is, but then when we meet with our coaches, like you just text them and you're like, hey, I want to meet with you this week to go over film. They meet with you one-on-one for 15 minutes. So, and they're really, really good about it. Not every program does that. So we're super blessed with it, but
awesome.
I would say it's not as rigorous as yours, but it's
Mhm.
physically demanding. It's a lot to get used to.
I didn't have respect for soccer players until I saw some of your workouts and your running. It's insane.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, we run 6 miles in a game
Yeah.
up to it.
I can barely run 3. So how about that?
How about that?
How about that?
So last question I want to ask you. If someone wants to be a peak performer, what's the first thing they should start doing today?
What did you say at the beginning of this?
Small margins, big gains.
Yeah, small margins, big gains. 15 minutes after practice every day.
Absolutely. There's a really, really good book that my coach has told us about. I believe it's called The Little Book of Talents, or Little Book of Talents. And there's I think 15 different things in there. And that's one of them that they talk about consistently is 15 minutes every day is going to make you so much better than once a week for an hour.
Yeah.
It's a huge
I think
deal.
Richard Sherman said that. That's where I got it from.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah,
Small
15 minutes
margins,
every day.
big
Small
gains.
margins. Big gains.
This is Peak Performance. Thank you for listening this week. I will see you next week at 7. 93.7 The Ticket.
Thank you for having me on, Charlie.
Of course.